Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and it's that time of year. It's time for Dephemerember 2024. So I will be hopefully putting out videos Monday through Thursday, doing the prompts. If I don't, it's because I bit off more than I could chew, but that's okay. Because I'm going out of town the first of December while trying to do this, while also trying to do a December daily of my own prompts. So yeah, on the weekends, on Fridays, come back and you can see what I'm doing with that and see who else is involved with that. So today is, and this is hosted by Luise and Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. You can get this on their, they have like a Dephemerember homepage kind of a deal, and I will try to remember to post that below. So the prompt for today is altered playing card and antique keys. So I've got some cards. And I've got this music, which I'm pretty sure the music itself, the paper might not be antique, but the song is. And then I have, this is a music key here. So I'm going to use some of that on what I make. So that's my antique key there. I'm going to be using that. And then for these, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playing cards. This is like Quiddler. This is most of them are like playing cards, but you don't have to just do, decks of cards. You can do cards that came from a game, think loosely. You don't have to be tied to, hold on, that one's bigger. That's all right, so is that one. That's okay. They don't have to all be exactly the same size. I'm just going for a roundabout, whoops. That went away, far out of my way, didn't it? Oh, and I didn't make sure they were all upside right. You might want to make sure they're all upside right. I'm not gonna stress about it. And this, where they're moving, I'm not stressing about that either. My main thing is to keep them in some sort of order. So that's the top right corner. That is the left. Here's the bottom. Alright, I ended up doing 4 pieces, but that's okay. I mean, I'm only going to do like 3. Does anybody remember? Oh, it went like that. Okay, so. And that just looks weird because that one's. So now, I'm going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this down on here. I'm just going to glue it down, cut around it. Okay, so I've got 3 bases here. I added a little bit of book page too, for a couple reasons. One is just to give some interest in the background, because some of this is going to show, and the other is because just some of the words of an old Southern song are just not always what you want. And I'm just using, let's see, I'm going to use that side of that one. Whichever side of the cards I want, depending on what I'm planning to do. I'm not doing them in exact order or anything either. Because I've only got 3 cards and I've got 4 or 5 actual cards that I've used. But I think because I have made them large enough that I can get away with using them pretty much anyway. So if you were actually doing a stack and whack, you would take 1 from each pile and do them on your card. I'm not doing it that way. I'm doing it different. And you may hear, like, I'm just doing them away from each other basically, just for some interest. Ooh, that's fun. And I also, my base is cardstock, so that, because I'm using the heavy, different weight of pieces to collage on here. Alright, so that looks good to me. I think I want a little piece in there. There we go. So I'm just kind of puzzling these in with spaces in between. It's basically what I'm doing. And what have we got left here? Ooh, those were kind of fun. Even, let's see, do one down there. Let me cut off that. You might hear my son it's Thanksgiving Day when I'm recording this in the United States. And my son's making a cheesecake. So that is probably what you hear, if you hear it. I don't think I ever did any like kind of settings that were like voice only. I think you still hear some of the background noise, you know, like the squeaky dryer and whatnot. Let's just go ahead and put that there. Alright, so I'm going to glue those on with some art glitter glue, which doesn't have glitter in it. It's just, and everybody that you watch that uses art glitter glue, it pretty much looks like this. It's always messy, no matter how often you clean it. Alright, so I've glued these on, and I'm going to paint over them with a clear texture gesso. In full disclosure, I've not tried this before. I'm just winging it. I'm just trying stuff and winging it. And then while that's drying, I think I'm gonna make a hidden paper clip with some other pieces. And yeah, so I'm just going to brush, whoops, that's a lot. Probably only need that much. Use a paintbrush and brush that on real quick. Alright, so I did have some extra, so I've been taking these other cards here and just kind of putting the clear texture gesso on there. The reason I'm using clear texture gesso is because the cards are slick and nothing's going to really want to stick to them. The problem is it just comes right off. So I'm kind of having to let it dry just a little bit and then rub it lightly to get it to kind of like stay on the card. Hopefully. There might be some places that didn't get it totally, but that's okay. And I don't mind if there's texture in it, you know, like it's not getting perfectly smooth. I used one of these silicone brush thingy bobs. I don't remember what they're called. If I remember, I'll link anything I use down below. I do have Amazon affiliate links, and I'm always thankful when people click on them. Alright, so, and I told you I changed that one to be squares because not everybody likes triangles, and so, you know, I don't want you to be looking at these and be like, ew, I don't like that, but then if you had tried it like this, you might have liked it. So now those need to dry, and like I said, I will go ahead and make this into an altered paper clip. I just need a paper clip. My room is like all, I moved some furniture and I haven't put everything back yet because I need to make videos. So that became the priority. Alright, so I'm going to use one of these cards, and just need to decide. I think I want to use the blue side. I'm just going to fold it in half. Not sure where my bone folder is, so I'm just going to use this little scraper to burnish that down, get that nice and flat. And I don't want to make it too, well, it doesn't really, does it matter if that sticks out? Not really. And then I was just going to stick this on here. Of course, now it's like more obvious that it's not straight. It doesn't have to be straight. Straight's not the end all be all. It's okay. I want to put something else in between. Oh, wait, we can have this one also be part of the prompt. And put the key on there too. Another idea I had for antique keys was just, I've got some like fake antique keys that I could have pressed into gel plate and kind of had fun with that. For now, I'm just going to turn this into a cluster. So I just stapled those three pieces together, and I'm going to glue it on here. Actually, I could staple it on there. That might stay better. I might decorate both sides. There's no should. Don't shit on yourself. I could have done that. It's okay. Now we are doing it that way. And then, I know I have more pieces. Just kind of take some little bits of cards. Okay, see, I like, this just has words, even though it's a recipe. It's kind of fun that it has words. Let's see. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. My son came down and asked me a question. I want the lifesaver. I like the lifesavers. I want the lifesaver to show. Well, that could be a 9 or a 6. And if we put it that way, nobody will ever know. Can I do this? Can I get my staple on there? There we go. So now I have this, and I just need a little piece of cardstock to put in the middle, and I'm going to get a smaller paper clip because this one, I mean, it's okay if it sticks out. I mean, if it sticks out, you could always hang a dangle off it. Oh, maybe I will have it stick out, because then a dangle will stick off it. Alright, so I just need a piece of cardstock. I'm going to use this to cut and then do it a little bit smaller than that. Does that make sense? I don't know. I mean, I could use this, but I want something thinner. As some of you know, I am using a trash journal. I'm using a trash journal. So I'm going to use this butter. I'm actually going to cut it a little bit larger so it shows around the edge. So yeah, there's that. And a lot of you know the secret to cutting is to move the paper, not your scissors. And I'm not worried about perfect circle. I could even use, heck, we'll just make it wonky on purpose. This is thinner than the card I'm using. About the thickness of cardstock, I think. But it's already got a fold in it too, which is nice. I don't think that's right in the middle though. That just means that that's how it will look. We can take that out, that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to put the staple, that's not a staple, paper clip in there, and I'm going to poke a hole in here with my sharp scissors, because I've got some sharp scissors. Be careful when you're, could use your, you know, thing that you use for binding books, your awl. So that I did just so I could kind of poke this in through here so that I could hang a dangle off it if I want to. I mean, ideally, that's what's happening. I didn't make it big enough. Alright. Just need to extend that a little bit. Not a whole lot. Just a little bit. I'll try not to sing, but I make no promises. There we go. That should do it. There we go. So that can stick out a little bit, and I can hang a dangle off of there, and that will go in like that. So I'm going to, and I want the butter part to show. So you could use, you want a strong glue for this, whether it be art glitter glue or just even a tacky glue that you're just going to have to hold it and let it dry for a while probably if you do that. Fabri-Tac also would work, but this is not a glue stick kind of deal. So there's that. Okay. I'm going to press that down so it dries, and then just glue over here. So this piece is bigger than the outside piece, so I don't have to worry about going over the edges. If it were smaller, which usually it is, you just want to make sure that you only glue on the piece that's down, otherwise you won't be able to use your paper clip. So there's that. So it's a double-sided paper clip, and the reason I made that is so that I can attach my prompts to my page. And yes, I realize that could have just been the one thing I did. That could have been my day one. No, I have to be extra. I have to make like 3 tags. Why not? Okay, so just going to use that as a hidden paper clip to hold my prompts. So let's keep playing with these, because I want to do short videos, but you know, that's not going to happen if you do what you just did. I should have just made the paper clip. Oh well. Welcome to my world. These are mostly dry. I'm going to grab some, just going to grab some inks because that's what I can find. Because what I wanted is hiding, because, you know, working on my studio to make it look better. Well, to make it function better. I don't really care what it looks like per se, I just need it to function. Alright, we have some turquoises in here. So I just grabbed a couple pages from my journal because I have them loose in there, for now at least. And that way I can use these as drop papers and they'll get some fun extra bits to them. This is Distress Spray Stain Peacock Feathers. And I'm just going to kind of spray that in a couple places on them. And then I will also, we've got some red in there, some green, some purple. Also, we can bring in some more neutrally. Ooh, there's yellow. Let's use some wild honey. That's a combo I like. All right, I'm gonna dry these real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, you want to make sure before you put your paper clip on that it's totally dry. So when you put it on, you're putting it in here and not in here, and then ripping your paper. But that's okay, I can still read the words, so it's not the end of the world. It's just, you know, it's just distress now. That's all. I mean, I can always reprint it, but I might not, because, you know, lesson learned. So, yep. Yeah, make sure, because I noticed that this part wasn't showing on the other side, and I was like, what? That's not right. Yeah, that was a surprise. Okay, now we have that like that, and I want to add some stamping. So we've got, I think I'll add some black stamping. Well, I would have added black stamping, but you know, like I said, the room's being, I'm going to use this one, which is Twilight, which I like to add navy blue in everything I do anyway. This is permanent. It's best on porous surfaces. Of course, you know, I'm not sure how porous my surfaces are. This stamp comes from PM Artist Studio. It is nested circles. This one, I don't know what size this one is. This one is probably whichever one says it's like 4.5 or, you know, 5 inches. I got the whole set this time. So I have like all the sizes. Well, not all the sizes. I didn't get the giant set because there was like a giant set that somebody had requested one time. I just got the full set. And it is one of my favorite stamps to use. I just like it. One of my favorites. And also Twilight is one of my favorite inks to use. My grandparents' song when they were dating or whatever was My Prayer, which I think starts out, when the twilight is come. Ooh. So every time I say Twilight, I think of that song. So, I'll just go ahead and stamp this off on these pages, which will be great. I know that, like, for the trash journal, when Shannon Green made hers, she covered the other side, like, this is the one side, and so she covered this side with more trash that she just kind of, like, you know, peeled so it would be thinner and then glued it on there. I don't know that I'll do that. I might do that in some places, but I'm not sure that I'll do it everywhere. Do pumpkin pie with pumpkins. I want this to still show. So if I put, so I'm going to put these as pockets in here, I believe. And I think that's it. I think I'm happy with how that is. I mean, I might add some focal points later, but for now, I can go ahead and put these back in here, wherever they came from. I'm not sure. They were just the pages that did not have holes in them, because I started pulling out pages. I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. Nope, that's not going to work. Till I finally found a couple that would work. Okay, let's see. Bacon. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with these kinds of things. Oh, I wouldn't mind this being like a attached to here. Ooh, and then, whoops, sorry about that. And then the Honey Maid still shows. I don't mind that. All right, I think I'm going to stick that on as like a pocket in here, like just here, and then something can tuck in there if I want to. I like to have options, you know. So I'm just going to put these in the journal as pockets and see what happens down the road. Don't need the nutritional value per se. Nutritional info, we've eaten them all. Next box we'll have, like, we have to save all our boxes. Once in a while we'll forget and put them in the trash, and then we have to like pull it back out or look it up online. Okay, my hands are a little bit, if you don't, so yeah, the inks, or I don't know, I've got ink on my hands. If you don't want ink on your hands, wear gloves or something. All right, then there's this page over here, which, well, let's put one in the first signature because we just put one in the second signature. Ooh. What about, this could be a flip. Might not make it a pocket this time though. Might just glue it on there. Because it's shiny and I'm not sure. Well, so is the other one, but I don't know. For some reason, this one I want to attach. I don't know. I'm random. Why make the same decision twice when you can be different every time? There we go. Have some of the blue still showing around it so we can see that it's the packaging. Don't mind that. And then the third one goes the other way. And one of these I might want to put the prompt on it. I don't know, I've got the prompts in the front, so it's really not that big a deal. It's a little wide for there. Yeah, I was doing the Your Creative Studio and there were all these stickers and I was like, oh, I think I'll just stick them in here. So I did. Let's see. I like I want the packaging to still show. I don't know why. I just do. This one might be fun here. And if you're wondering, this is from my husband when he brings home applesauce by the case. And so those are between the levels on the applesauce case, and they're just really fun pieces to have, so I saved them. I'm always worried he's going to throw them away, so I go through and pull them out and take away the applesauce's structure. Well, sometimes I'll put them like on the shelf, take them out of the box. I have a little shelf for like extra food to go on, so I'll do that. All right, so that is the first day of Dephemerember, which is December 2nd, and I made this little clustery hidden paper clip and the pockets. So I hope you all have a delightful day. Kind of wishing I had taken a picture of those before I glued them down, but that's okay because the papers come out. All right, I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.